Welcome to Movie World Plus, the place where we talk movies. I'm Andy Signore, and I loved this movie. Guys, I loved it. I am a huge Nick Cage fan. As you might be able to tell from my background, I have so many Nick Cage movies back there in my collection. I'm talking all the classics. Yeah, and I have them on VHS tape. That's how big. And if you are someone who has Nick Cage movies on VHS tape, oh my God, you must see The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, starring Nicolas Cage as Nick Cage. I gotta explain this movie to you. I don't want to overhype it, but I was just so pleasantly surprised. I laughed. I got a little emotional at certain points. I just thought it was a beautifully done meta comedy action with Nicolas Cage, I believe, gives the performance of his career playing himself. So the way the movie works is it's a movie about Nicolas Cage, the actor, as played by Nicolas Cage. And he's playing a heightened, sort of more crazy version of himself, obviously. And there's even a sort of persona that he talks to himself at times, like a younger, crazier Nick Cage that we sort of expect him to be. But he's sort of just an auteur, just, getting lost in the script. But he's willing to make fun of himself a bit and really go there to these places. And the movie follows him getting this gig because his career isn't doing as well, to sort of parallel real life moments of the actual Nick Cage where we sort of forgot about the movies he was doing. And because he doesn't get this part, he's not doing as well, he decides to go do a rich person's birthday party on an island who's a super fan of his, played by Pedro Pascal. And so Nicolas Cage goes out to meet this guy begrudgingly because he needs money for his ex-wife, his child, and at a certain point he goes to this island sort of wanting to retire from acting, and this fan inspires him in a way, as do some hijinks where they're like, hey, Tiffany Haddish shows up, Ike Barinholtz, they show up saying, hey, this fan is actually a drug dealer. And so it prompts this buddy comedy that I just didn't see coming from the two of these guys, and an action adventure in a way film about just friends, dudes hanging out, but also family and fathers and celebritydom and Hollywood, and all of it just gets put out there in this really smart way that I got to give massive props to director Tom Gormican. If I'm saying that wrong, I apologize, but I had heard of the show. I guess it was a show, right? Ghosted. I haven't seen it, but you know what? I'm gonna go watch it now. I was immensely impressed, which Tom wrote and directed this film. Just immensely impressed with how he was able to handle this and just get this movie made in the first place. Nicolas Cage has been doing interviews. He's been out there, as he should, to promote this because he should be proud of this one. He was very hesitant to do this movie because obviously it's partly a joke about Nicolas Cage. But, we all sort of make fun of Nicolas Cage or, the crazy Nick Cage. But he said no. He refused this movie. And finally, I guess his agent kept sending and saying, give this one a shot. And he met with the director, writer, and they was able to sell him on it. And thank God that they did. This is just one of those movies that I feel like is just truly once in a while special actor, director, whole thing comes together in a very entertaining ride. So many movies these days, I just started getting bored by all the CG nonsense and the incoherent plots and the same old stuff. It's happening all over streaming as well. I just feel like there's so many things. It's so much repetition that it's hard to really find the movies that not only spike through, but make you smile. And for me, as a movie lover, as a Nick Cage lover, as a father, as someone who's been in the industry, and to see it sort of how they sort of throw out their actors and then bring them back in once in a while for nostalgia purposes. And it's a really well done story, done respectfully, done with humor. And Nicolas Cage, like I said, fantastic performance, as does Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal plays a this billionaire on an island, potential drug dealer. I don't want to say, I won't spoil things as it goes. And, but still there's awkward around when Nick Cage shows up, and it's funny. It's really funny. I thought it was funny, and his sort of Nick Cage moments that he's sort of trying to recreate and do with him end up working really cleverly, I think. Nick Cage is sort of stumbling through the moments, but it works. And then will he become a real action hero? You'll find out. He gets to just really do some really fun moments in the film, including, yep, there they are. There are those gold guns. The film is just a blast from start to finish. I laughed numerous times. I smiled, and there was a moment with this. I connected with his daughter, my stepdaughter. I am always trying to always wants to watch movies, and I'm always trying to educate her, oh, you gotta watch these. These are the classics. So you get raised on the classics. And there's a whole parallel story where Nick Cage's daughter's I don't want to watch your dumb, boring, old black and white movies. I want to watch one of my movies once in a while. And I'm sitting there just I gotta go watching her movie next. But I say it sillily, but no, there's some moments of heart in this film that really hit me, relatable to me, and other moments I'm sure will be relatable to others, where you just feel for him. They managed to make him a little silly and over the top and clearly ego celebrity actor, which I'm sure there's a little bit of him in this, for real. There's no doubt that there's a little bit of Nick Cage really in this Nick Cage he's playing, but it's clear it's also a performance of how we expect Nick Cage would be. But they also give him that heart, and without that heart, this movie would have been complete, I think, disaster. I expected this film to get immensely silly, where they were going to literally just start taking each other's faces off and just try to do let's recreate all the famous Nick Cage moments. And I'm happy to report that's not what the movie is. Instead, it does it cleverly and in a more realistic way and has fun with it. And yes, there's a few silly moments, of course, as you can see with the explosion on the poster. They do up the action of it to keep it a bit more interesting, and I think it all works. I never felt like it was being forced. And I did get to interview the audience. I'm starting to have time to put the clips together, but the audience was loving it. The audience feedback I got from the crowd, it's a lot of shock at just how much we enjoyed the film. I saw the trailer. I expected it. I was excited for this, but it did really, it matched the expectations. And rarely these days have movies done that for me. And like I said earlier, rarely have films made me smile. I'm really into the Ted Lasso effect of when we can actually get a movie or show that's positive. It's fun. It takes you on an adventure. It's a good distraction. It's popcorn, and it's happy. It's a happy, fun, inspiring movie. And for that reason alone is why I think it went even above for me on why I loved it so much. And I think will easily be on my top of the year. I will see how it sticks with me over some weeks. But I highly recommend you go see The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, opening, I think, today in theaters around you. So worth seeing on a go to the theater. Go support the theater. Get a big thing of popcorn. Sit back if you're a Nick Cage fan. Enjoy this movie and let me know what you thought in the comments below. And I have a quick announcement. Next week, I'm going to be at CinemaCon in Las Vegas. If you made it this far, yeah, tune in on next week. We'll be doing some live reactions from the panels and so on while we're at CinemaCon. I meant to make this even a bigger to-do, but the Johnny Depp trial over on Popcorn Planet has consumed my life in a good way. Thanks to all you guys who are watching over there, but I do intend to keep giving you movie content here when I want to, because I'm a movie lover, always, stay forever. So stay tuned. Some CinemaCon updates from Vegas will be happening, probably live reactions from panels. We might be seeing Top Gun Maverick. Oh, I can't wait! And more next week here on Movie World Plus. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the bell for all alerts for more movie content. Smash that like button. Leave a comment down below. While you're at it, have you subscribed to Nerd Report, my buddy Lewis's? I'll be over talking with him as well. We'll be doing movie coverage as well as our Johnny Depp and Popcorn Planet coverage. So lots of content next week and in the future on all our channels. Thank you guys so much for watching here on Movie World.